Alright, we're back with more of Geneforge 2 Infestation. Here we are in the breeding pits area. Let's go ahead and continue. You enter the southern half of the city of Rising. The buildings are old Shaper construction, recently and carefully restored. The crumbling walls have been fixed by survival workers. There are piles of materials and equipment everywhere. The halls around you are mostly empty, but they have been prepared to house a host of humans and creations. This is an impressive complex of shaping halls. Once it is making creations at full speed, the Shaper Council might have a difficult time retaking these mountains. A few survivors are walking around working, putting the final touches on the buildings and equipment. Next to the path, you see some sort of Shaper device. You've never seen anything like it before. It's a stone pillar with a large, empty bronze bowl at the top. It's recent construction. The bowl constantly vibrates, emitting low vibrations. It broadcasts a constant hum throughout the area. You guessed that the devices have something to do with controlling or affecting creations. You aren't sure how, though. There are no controls or mechanisms for you to tinker with. It is controlled from elsewhere. Didn't the game just say that survivals are at work? I don't see any survivals wandering around right now. The writing on the wall says, I require one crystal cone. A bounty will be paid. The Phariton. Road to Phariton. Oh, interesting. So, go over here to him. Yeah, that might be where we stop next then. Oh, there are some survivals. You meet one of the survival guards for this complex. It is an unfamiliar design, one of the new augmented survivals developed by Shaper Barzal to defend his lands. It is taller, stronger, and armed with a baton. Fortunately, it is quiet and obedient. It stares at the ground when you approach. Who created you, Survival? Barzal made my design. What humble skills I have, he gave to me. His shapers brought us into existence. I was sired by other survivals of my kind, though. I did not have the honor of being shaped by Barzal's hand. What is this area for? I'm not supposed to say thanks, Shaper. I am sorry. You should talk to my direct controller. He points to the northwest. Tell me about Shaper Barzal. He is truly great and must never be defied. That is all. The survivor silently watches you as you go. You know that with a single word of command, he would happily die trying to kill you. Thought that, huh? Okay, that's back to the town of Rising. Yeah, I was about to say that. I don't see any survivors where I was walking, but they're clearly around. The shaping hall contains a huge magically charged crystal. Energy flows from it along conduits to a series of huge empty metal vats. Essence will be brought from other chambers and poured into the vats. New creations will then be sealed into them to absorb energy and grow strong. It requires great skill, effort, and resources to make a hall like this, but the work has a huge reward. Dangerous and powerful creations can be rapidly and reliably produced here. This chamber is occupied by the administrator of South Rising. Directions for the creation and delivery of the new creations will come from here. However, the director is not a shaper. It's something very strange and alarming. It floats in the air like a volish, but it isn't. It's a spherical monster with a single large eye and a huge mouth. Many small tentacles come from the top of the creature's head. Each has a single eye at the end of it. All the eyes are focused upon you. When you enter, the beast grins. It has a lot of tiny teeth. It says, "We are mighty gazer Thoptha. The eyes see you, Shaper. Come. The mouth will speak and we will judge." This is clearly a creation, yet you had never heard of a gazer before you came to these mountains. Oh boy, as if I hadn't dealt with like a bunch of these in like other Spiderweb software games. Vampiric Lance. Dude, that might actually be useful. It only has one charge. The bizarre creation, hovering about 80 feet in the air, stares down at you. Its toothy mouth sneers. Whatever quality Shapers gave it, humility is not one of them. As its main eye sizes you up, its eye stalks look all around, constantly scanning for threats. Finally, Thoptha speaks. The eyes recognize the Shaper Eve. The eyes wish it well at this point. Tell us what you want. I want to know what you are. I am a gazer, one of the first of my kind. My eyes see all and warp the minds of enemies, even you, if you make it necessary. My design was first created by Shaper Barzal. We were perfected in the mountains of the Takers, and our path led us back to here. Barzal designed you? The original template, simple and flawed, was made by Shapers 137 years ago. Barzal's eyes found the design, saw the spark, the idea, he perfected it. The Takers learned the technique and created us. Takers are mad, but they can show skill. Tell me more about the Takers. They live farther up in the mountains. They hate your kind. They have powerful ones skilled in the art of shaping, refining and further refining their art. We do not care for their madness and desire to destroy Shapers. We do not fear you, Shaper. We see no reason why we must fight you. That is why we came south to help the Barzites. The Takers have powerful Shapers? The Takers have ones who can marvelously shape, but the one who made us was not a Shaper. Who created you, then? We cannot say. My maker bound us to not reveal its identity. It was a powerful command. Creation, I command you. Tell me who made you. Thoptha flinches. You can issue powerful commands too. Finally, it says, I cannot say the name. I can tell you I was made by a Drakon of the Takers. We suspect that soon the shaping power of the Drakons will exceed even that of your kind. Then the Takers will wage their war. It will be mad and glorious. Thoptha watches you with some of his eyes. The others watch for intruders. The constant writhing of the eye stalks is very distracting. Tell us what you want, Eve. I want to know about this area. Barzal has placed great faith in these eyes. We watch these halls where the Barzites will make our army. We will need many creations to defend ourselves from the Shaper Council. The complex is not active yet, but it will be soon. What will be made here? All sort of war creations. Some Drakes, Battle Alphas, and Glocks, but mainly Drakons. Drakons are the main force. They are the first to serve the eyes. What is a Drakon? Like a Drake, but even stronger and more independent. Amazing warriors. Very difficult to make, though. Of course, nobody outside these mountains will ever have heard of a Drakon. Drakes are already barred for being so strong and independent. No gazers will be made here? Not yet. Only the most powerful augmented shapers, the truly skilled Barzites and Takers, can make gazers. I am going now. We allow it, Shaper. We hope you contribute to the great Barzal's work. You will be rewarded well. It is strong as hell. I'm not sure I want to take that on yet. If you watch my playthroughs of games like Avernum, the Avernum trilogy, you will see how frustrating gazers are. Though I don't know how different they are here. You know what, let's go back to Rising real quick so I can, get those healing pods out of my junk bag and stuff like that. We probably should hang on to those pods, to be honest, because I need all the healing I can get, like combat. But the spores I'm fine with selling and stuff like that. The shaping hall contained a huge, magically charged crystal. Energy was to flow from it through conduits to a series of large shaping vats. However, the crystal was unstable. It exploded. Survivors have not yet been sent in to clean up the mess. Okay, actually, I probably should hang on to the major healing spores as well. So I have, even though it's more meant for a group, it still heals your individual character a good amount. So I probably should just hang on to those anyway. But yeah, the other pods I feel like I can go ahead and sell, except Battle Pod is actually very useful. I just wanted to make sure I had more inventory space to carry stuff. Again, I am avoiding using canisters, so it doesn't affect my story or ending, but if you want to explore it, then more than welcome to do that. I do want to pick up essence pods still, no matter what. So I have plenty of essence for spells and stuff. I definitely want to get missile weapons upgraded already so I can equip a better thorn. Okay, well this area is cleared out for now. Road to Phariton. There is a small survival working here. He is surrounded by piles of tools and hammers, and he is busily working on a pylon. He hums as he works. He's so engrossed in his work that he doesn't notice you until you're right next to him. When he stares up at you, his expression is so intensely cheery. He is one of those rare survivors bred to look after machinery, and his work gives him a constant smile. Their heads are filled with technical skill, which tends to squeeze out everything else. That must be why he isn't scared of you. He blinks a few times and says, "Hello, I am Jack Joseph. Technical. Watch, don't touch." He laughs and returns to work. It is funny that he has a... Is that a reference to somebody, Jack Joseph? Because I know Jeff does, like, references and names characters after people he has known in his games. So I wonder if that's a reference to something. What is this area? Land of Phariton. Jack Joseph says, not looking up from the pylon. Phariton's the master here. Who is Phariton? Shaper. Master here. What is Phariton? Phariton is a shaper. Made the pylons. He yanks the crystal out of the pylon base, sniffs at it, nods, and tucks it into a pouch. Where did Phariton come from? Jack Joseph blinks for a few times and then stands up straight. He begins to recite something. He was clearly told to memorize it for visitors. Ahem. Shaper Phariton came here with Zachariah and Barzal. Phariton worked with them and learned and tried to expand his knowledge and skill. Phariton was very helpful to help them in their efforts and was not repaid. He stops to catch his breath. Phariton used the canisters and they gave him clarity. Phariton is above your petty squabbles. Phariton does not know what faction sent you. Phariton will not be involved, and Phariton will punish any who try to take the equipment and crystals he has taken as payment for his services. Good day. Having said that, Jack Joseph returns to the pylon. Is there anything dangerous ahead? No. A long pause. Oh, wait, you meant dangerous to you, didn't you? Well, there's the pylons. There are lots of pylons. They kill visitors. How can I pass the pylons? I cannot tell you. Tell me or I will kill you. Alright. That is a decision you can make. Jack Joseph doesn't stop working, and his smile doesn't waver. What are you working on? I'm repairing this pylon. It is complex. That sounds interesting. What is wrong with it? Jack Joseph looks at you briefly, surprised you are interested. He is a cheery, outgoing creature and pleased to be able to talk about his work. The pylon is not drawing power correctly. I could not solve the problem at the control panel, so I'm examining the connection here. I have not determined the source of the difficulty yet. I will soon. What control panel? There are two. They are farther back in the valleys. They keep the pylons active and hostile. They are difficult to maintain. I do not always have the right tools, but I manage. Look, I have a thing. You show Jack Joseph the crystal cone. He is dumbstruck. So beautiful. A lone tear of joy runs down his cheek. I'll never do any project worth such precious equipment. You should show that to Phariton. He will love it. By the path ahead, you see a pylon. Pylons are highly charged defensive creations sheathed in a thick protective shell of crystal. Powerful shapers make these living machines to defend areas, and they do a good job. When you get close, the pylon begins to charge itself up. If you get close to one, it will disgorge a powerful bolt of nastiness. Stealthy infiltrators might be able to avoid detection if they keep their distance. Your experience with mechanics tells you that pylons are always powered and operated from some sort of control area. However, even if you found it, you might not have the skill to operate it. Salvage barn. This is a small shaper control panel. It's a freshly shaped, perky little fellow, comfortable in its stone cradle. It has several switches and buttons. There are no labels to indicate what the device is for. Though you can't be sure, your best guess is that this panel would be used to control the pylons outside. You play with the controls for a little while. Eventually, you're able to flip the correct switch. There was a soft humming sound. Oh snap, I made them neutral now. Okay, I'm glad I paid attention to what was neutral and what was hostile. At least we got some of them off. What's up here? I mean, we do have 10 mechanics, so... Okay, if they're orange like that, then they're neutral, but if they're still kind of yellow like that, then they're hostile. That's the best way I can sum up the difference. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Move! Eve, can't fight it right now. We can't fight it. Okay, yeah, that was a mistake. Peek past it. I remember trying to fight these things like in the past. I mean, not really fight them per se, but trying to destroy every single like one of them through combat, and it just took forever. It's definitely a lot better if find the source of them and sneak by them as much as you can. Yeah, it's just not worth it to destroy my pylons in the road. Here I am getting all these living tools, but hey, I could use them. Alright, let's make sure we clear out this section before we... Oh, still hostile? Oh no, I'm not going to be able to go through that way. Okay, these are still neutral. This rusty piece of machinery has been dragged here and abandoned. Inspiring shield. Well, that's really meant if you have creation, so I'll go ahead and sell that. Bonuses aren't really good to me otherwise. Oh, stupid! Move out of the way! Crap, crap, crap. Oh! Come on! Eve, dang. Okay, fortunately, it almost saved me at a decent part, so... I probably should quick save, though. I don't have to worry about... But yeah, I really don't think it's worth it to take on a a bunch of pylons at all. Because like I said, when I tried playing through Geneforge, the first Geneforge, like a couple times, I tried to destroy like every single pylon, and I kind of managed at times, but for the most part, it just was not worth it at all. Oh, okay, that's just for the gate. Okay, making sure. Alright, let's actually quick save here. Okay, well, at least we do have a safe path for the most part. Unless we can find out a way to disable some of these other ones, we're not going to be able to. Not gonna just, unless we find a way to disable some of these other ones, we're not gonna be able to just walk by here just easy breezy. Easy breezy peasy, you know? Wait, what's back here? Ooh, did we just find where to disable the other ones? Or make the neutral at least? Right, I think I got them all now. Yep, you're neutral. That was the correct way to go about it. Again, looks like we have the whole area. But yeah, I really don't think it's worth it to like fight every pylon. Since they can stun frequently, so you probably do want to just disable them. Go to Phariton. The entryway for the steep complex is not very impressive. If you didn't sense the power in there, you'd think this is just another unkempt survival warren. It's a series of natural low stone tunnels occupied by several rank-smelling survivals. You see one of them down the corridor. He wears a heavy leather belt. Tools hang from it. Entering survivals are a rare but useful variant on the base design. You notice that the survival looks sick. He walks around unsteadily and his stomach is bloated. It doesn't seem to be in pain, though. You meet a survival. His belt is covered with tools and his hands are calloused. He silently stares up at you. Like most technically skilled survivals, his knowledge of engineering pushes most everything outside of his head. His stomach is huge and it rumbles and gurgles ominously. This doesn't seem to cause the creature any discomfort. What are these caves for? This is home of my master. Phariton is my master. You must not go farther in. Who is Phariton? Phariton told me to say this. Phariton is the Shaper. Phariton wants to be alone to work and research. Phariton is above all the factions and their petty struggles. Phariton will not deal with you and will not sell you his special equipment. Leave him be. I can't go farther? Do not head north. If you do, Phariton says we must stop you. What work does Phariton have you do? We work on machines. Pylons. We repair tracks. We do what he says with our tools. What is wrong with your stomach? He thinks about the question for a long while. Finally, it says, Phariton made me. He made my stomach like this. He says I am new and different and special. Different and special how? He looks confused. He just stares up at you. His stomach gurgles. Oh no, are these exploding like survivals in? Because they give off that vibe right now. This hallway is much more impressive than this entryway. The ceiling is high and its floor is smooth stone. Delicate twisting works of shaper art adorn the northern alcove. Some survivors recently worked very hard in this foyer. You see a large artilla chained to a post by the south wall. Has been secured here to act as a guard dog. It is currently asleep. With competent stealth, you might be able to slip past it. Okay, I make sure I sneak. This room is large, impressive, and strange. At first, you have a hard time figuring out what it is for. The ceiling is a high dome held aloft by marble pillars. There is an altar in the center of the hall on a wide expanse of elaborate tile work. There are four braziers for burning incense, an altar, and the remains of a used canister. The remains of several other canisters around the edge of the room indicate what the hall is for. This is a ceremonial room where Phariton uses his canisters. Sorrel's built this so that he can ritually augment himself with the sense of style. It is very odd. Phariton has made the use of the canisters into some sort of religion. Melee weapons, battle magic. Oh, that's tempting, but I'm not going to do that. That's the weapons. Mental magic. All potted plant. I mean, that could go in our inventory, but we're going to avoid it. Okay, so there's a cryo drake in the south here. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to sneak past both of those, so. Okay, so I made that neutral now. Actually, let's hang on to curing pods, too. I should have thought about that in case I get poisoned, like, constantly. Okay, it's back to being hostile. Turn it. Turn back around. Oh man, I could have opened all those, actually. When you enter the back quarter, one of the survivors points at you and shrieks. Small unarmed creatures are about to defend their home against them. Futile, of course, but survivors always follow their orders. Okay, I'm a bit worried about this, but... Fortunately, we do have enough hit points to be able to last through this. get to Phariton is my question. How do I get to Phariton? Where is Phariton at, though? What the heck? Oh, okay. Here's this for my damage check. Yeah, okay. You finally found Phariton. This rogue shaper is hard at work in his laboratory. He is bent over in an incubation tank at the far end of the room. When you walk in, he looks up at you. He is old and wrinkled, and wisps of gray hair poke out of his hood. He has a strange glowing skin and cold gaze that marks heavy use of the canisters. Power burns within him. He has no concern about your presence. He briefly notices you. After the briefest glance, he says, "Ah, a visitor. You may stay for a brief time. Do not play with the machinery. Do not go down the passage to the east. If you do, I kill you." He returns to working on the large tank. This laboratory was made to create powerful experimental warp creations, but it is not yet ready. When the new tank is completed, Phariton will be capable of doing some very extreme things. Phariton's lab has power conduits running along the floor. This alcove contains a huge crystal. This power source glows with the energy stored inside. The conduit is there to carry power from the crystals to the incubator Phariton is creating. No power is running to the incubator yet, though. Interesting. Sending power into an unfinished shaping device can be unpredictable and dangerous. You inspect the incubator Phariton is working on. It's a massive reinforced steel tank. It's ready for large, powerful, half-formed creations to be placed into it, so that they can grow big and strong. Phariton is ambitious. A large power line runs along the floor into the base of the tank. No power flows through it. After all, if magical power is pumped into unfinished shaping machinery, anything can happen. What happens if we do go east? Your foot brushes against the rune circle in the eastern hall. Suddenly, an alarm goes off. A screeching noise echoes through the halls. Phariton is so distracted, however, that I wonder if he even heard it. Purified essence. Oh, yep, he definitely heard it. Where did he even go? Here he is. Phariton turns in your direction. He stares at a point somewhere over your left shoulder. With great regret, he's willing to take a few moments from his work on his incubation dig to talk to you. Yes, what? I'm willing to speak with you, since you are not bound to any of those petty, trifling factions. What are you working on? Phariton sighs. What else would I work on? I make creations. I pour energy into them. I alter them. If it improves them, I record what I did and work on them from there. I gathered up my equipment and I settled here. That's how we shapers work. I do not trust the new techniques Barzal is developing. What is Barzal doing? He claims that inside every living thing there are these tiny things like scrolls. They record everything about how the being is made. These scrolls are too small even to see, and they are written in an alphabet nobody understands. It makes no sense. If the scrolls were that small, how could they have anything written on them? Madness. What sort of equipment do you have? A lot of valuable things. Power sources, pure steel. Special crystal shards. You can have none of it. Do not ask. It cannot be replaced. I will not give it up. Phariton is eager to be left alone. Yes? What? His vat calls to him. Why have you shut yourself up in these caves? I avoid the madness. The things we create in these mountains, they will make the Shaper Council destroy us. The fools outside, they slay each other over their ridiculous factions. But you understand. You are not in a faction. You should stay away from them. Just gain power and knowledge. Those are the paths, the true wells. Did you work with the factions before? With all of them. Zachary, Barzal, Tulderic, all had their wisdom, all had things to teach. Then they fought amongst themselves, and I left. How did you come to be in these mountains? I was a Shaper, did the dull Shaper things, lived the obedient life. I met Shapers Zachary and Barzal. They had been to Susia Island. They had seen things, learned things. They promised me something better. I came. I helped them bring life to these mountains, make the woods that grow here, and they gave me canisters. It was glorious. Do you use a lot of the canisters? Of course. Who would not? They change you, make magic a part of you, make calling power as natural as twitching a finger. You use the canisters to see deep within the core of the universe. It is a pure, good thing. It is truth. Could I have a canister? His calm exterior cracks instantly. No, no, you thief, you will not take them. They are a gateway. They are a gateway from my mind to purity. Touch my canisters and you die. Phariton realizes that he has lost control. No, not a thief. Do not destroy it. Not yet. He turns away. Can you train me? You are not in a faction, that is wise. You do not help in the fights, the squabbles, so I might help you, but not for free. I am trapped here in my way. I need equipment, supplies. Thanks for my incubator. I need a bar of pure steel. I need new bellows. I need more ink. I need 10 fine mined crystals. I need a new iron cauldron. My old one is getting rusty. Bring these things and I will help you. Where can I find these things? I don't know. Shopping? It's hard to get out of here. Can you provide a shortcut? He thanks. Then he points to these. You can leave that way. It will be faster. Help you get my equipment sooner. Do not take any of my supplies. Something I like to know. Phariton lets out a long, theatrical sigh. If I must, only because you are a shaper. What sort of creations are you planning to make? Phariton looks at the large shaping vat he is making. I have many plans, primarily taking existing creation design and making them much larger. Larger things are more powerful. What do you think will happen when the Shaper Council finally comes to these islands? I imagine I will leave. When the Shapers learn what we've been doing here, it will be similar to Cecilia Island. Lots of fire, but more thorough. I have this. At last you get Phariton's full attention. It's beautiful. I can use that to make my experimental creations much larger. Were you sent by Intensar? I'll make sure to pay her well. I will reward you as well. You can give it to me and I will pay you in power. Sure. Phariton takes the cone with reverence. I will disarm the mines leading to the West Canister Vault. The power is yours. The money too, if you care for such petty things. Excuse me, I must go stall this. He gives an eerie giggle and wanders off. I wonder if I can take that without making him hostile, though. Okay, good. He is still neutral. Because I need that purified essence. Okay, good. I didn't make him hostile. The box is filled with a large jumble of crystal shards. Most of them are useless. They're either cracked, flawed, or misshapen. Under the shards, you find a small stone wrapped in silk. It is warm to the touch. Inside, you find a bright, glowing stone. A single shard of black crystal heavily charged with magic. This is a conduit shard. They are used as power supplies for all sorts of shaper devices. Not only can it store a lot of power, but massive energy can be channeled through it without risk of explosion. They're very hard to make, extremely valuable. Happily, they're also stable and safe to transport. Now it's yours. Okay, hopefully we didn't make him hostile with doing that. Bar of pure steel, some bellows, some ink, and the cauldron. Some bellows, some ink, and a cauldron. I'll be going now. Okay, good. Purified Essence is definitely one I wanted the most, though. Let's go back to Sharon's Grove real quick. This gives me a boost to battle magic, but I need... Oh no, Monk... Yeah, Bunk's Blade is going to be more effective, so I'm going to hit this. Alright. Let's go ahead and give the Purified Essence to Sharon, though. About this magic ring you can make. I have found Purified Essence. He takes a flask. Now this is hard to find. This will do nicely. Are you ready to make the ring for me? I am. I will use a secret technique of my own making. Wait here. Sharon leaves the room. You wait for several hours listening to the pops, hisses, explosions, and confused howls of creations created and absorbed. The whole house fills with smoke. You make yourself dinner and wait. Eventually Sharon returns. She is exhausted and covered with grime. However, she does hold a ring. It is made of gold set with crystal. The tendon is inside the gold. It is now living tissue, trapped in gold and kept alive by the energy of the crystal. It will give you nimble fingers and an air of authority. He hands you the ring. It is warm to the touch. Wear it well. It is only one of its kind. Now, please leave me. I must rest. Perfect. Infiltrator's ring. 3 to agility, 2 to stealth, 2 to leadership, 2 to mechanics. Ooh, that is very, very good. Hate to get rid of the magic armor, but I'm definitely taking this. 3 to agility, 2 to stealth, 2 to leadership, and 2 to mechanics. That is very, very good. And 3 to agility as well? Okay, yeah, that is very useful. Being an agent here. Okay. With that in mind, head back in Rising and drop off some stuff. Oh, first let's come back to Shandoka here. I mean, yeah, I probably could have given the cone to, like, other people, but... Head back over to Intensar. I gave Phariton the crystal cone, and he paid. And he sent me my portion of the payment as well. He is mad, yes, but he is reliable. He is true to his word to the Tarabi like all Shapers. All our prosperity comes from you. I will leave these mountains soon. You have helped my clan recover from our misadventures in these mountains, and I thank you for it. And I thank you for it. Any more ways I can help your business? Intensar shakes her head. We have been far luckier than we expected, thanks to the Shapers. I will take this bounty home, and we will never come to these accursed mountains again. Okay, so with that in mind, go ahead and head over to the Radiant College now. I'm going to make sure the game is saved right here, but I'll see you on the next part.